Hello everybody and welcome back to the Sauropod Squad channel. Here on this channel our theme is dinosaurs, but our passion is for a variety of games. Today's game of choice is modded Minecraft, as we are back here in our Create Mod workshop in our park that we're building for dinosaurs. Now guys, I AFK'd here overnight and kind of want to bring you guys in on what we have been doing here in the workshop. Also, it's getting a little bit laggy in the workshop, and I think that still has to do with all of the dang turtles and a few bison. But of course, we are starting to automate a lot of things, and so it's starting to get a little framey. But guys, my goal was to get, I told you last episode, if you have seen that episode, today, or just looked at the thumbnail, I suppose, of this episode, today we're making a research lab, and because of that, I need a bunch of modern blocks, right? I need quartz, and with that comes all the quartz variants, like quartz pillars and, you know, all that stuff, but I also need a bunch of concrete. So, using the Create Mod, what I've been doing here is I've been putting in a bunch of cobblestone. I'll throw some in there just for example purposes. You see this comes down here and it crushes the cobblestone, and it'll actually crush it into gravel, and then if you take the gravel and you reroute it back in there again, the gravel goes through and it makes sand. Now that's all fine and dandy because that can give us gray powder, and you can see I actually got a bunch in here. If you throw gravel and sand with a little bit of dye, you'll actually get the concrete powder that you need, which is really cool. And then you can just send it through the washer here to make that concrete powder turn into, well, it'll take a little bit, but turn into normal. But as you just got a sneak peek there, you can also take the sand, and I've been running the sand through here, and now this is a haunter. You see it's got soul sand, and I lit on fire, so it's got the soul flame. This is what the Create Mod calls haunting a block. So you haunt sand, and then it turns into soul sand, which is really cool, because then process keeps going. Then you put the soul sand in here and you wash it, and the washed soul sand will turns out to be quartz, which is cool. So I've been running the gray concrete and the quartz through, and let me take you guys over to the location of the lab, because I've actually started a little bit of a layout, and I can give you guys kind of an idea of what this whole building is going to be. So like I usually say, we normally transition to the small attic lab, but this time, it's the first transition to the lab! Alright guys, back over on the Jurassic Park section of the entire dinosaur park, where our lag is a little bit better. Let me take you guys over here. You can see the Ceratosaurus exhibit that we built last episode, and I do want to go in here and show you guys who we've got. Because he has grown a little bit bigger, and later in this episode we will pick a name from all the great options that you guys gave me. But first things first, let's just hop on in here and see how our dude is doing. Alright, looks like he is in his cave, which is pretty cool, hanging out in the den. What's up, dude? Got his head in the wall. Let's pull out our Dinopedia. Because how old is he? I think he's, yeah, 10 days old. So he's about fully grown. They might grow to 12 days. But I know the T-Rex is full adult reached in 12 days. So I would assume the Ceratosaurus is no more than that. But yeah, pretty cool. He got like his markings and everything. And his head crest is really cool. If you would show us. Yeah, I'm really, really pleased with Cerato. I think it'll be really cool. So we got 5 of them running around in here. Alright, but outside of this exhibit, you can see I've done a little bit of work on the framing here with the gray concrete. Now, my idea here is this is a huge wall, right? So it'll like come down like this. It'll go down over on this side as well. So that's a wall. So this is a big kind of L shape, right? And it'll go down over here. And then my idea is, coming out of the monorail is actually a really cool sky bridge. I think the sky bridge can connect to there. It's going to have to like go out, go up, and then go out a little bit. And then we'll also have stairs on either side. So the entrance to this section here, you'll still have access from like the main path, but you'll also have direct access from the monorail station, which I think will be pretty cool. I think there's going to be a lot of times in the future where I take the monorail and I come here and I need direct access to the facility, which will be really cool. Now, as far as the idea of the facility goes, it's going to be an L-shaped. And I mentioned to you guys, the big feature here is this is going to be kind of like a patio outside section and a huge 2-story glass window, so that when you're inside here on the ground floor, you can look out, but it also will have an overhanging secondary balcony, I suppose, on the second floor, still inside the building. So you'll be up a little bit higher, right? And you'll be able to take a look down. And I think coming out from here, not too far, but maybe like 5 or 6 blocks out, I want like a kind of like a wooden viewing, not a bridge, but like an overhang, right? A little observation deck, if you will, to look at the Ceratosauruses, which is really cool. Now, on the top floor, I have a really big plan of having a big L-shaped room. It's going to go about to here, and then cut this way, and then we'll chunk this into a few more rooms. I actually do plan to have it kind of go out to here. I needed a little bit more space. It was a little tiny, a lot not big enough for my take with what it currently has, and so I think I'm going to make it a little bit wider. But yeah, we're going to have 2 floors. The top floor is going to be the main research lab. That's where we're going to put the bio chambers, and we're probably going to house a lot of the actual fossils up on the second floor. And I want to go grab a bunch of villagers, because we can have archaeologist villagers, and I think if they were to live in here, we'll try to contain them somehow. Maybe with just like iron doors, just like the dinosaurs. But we'll contain them up in here because we can trade with them, and they've got a few cool, interesting things that we can do, and they only require sifters to work. So I'm thinking, yeah, having like maybe nothing crazy, but like 6 villagers kind of roaming around, and maybe they don't even need to be trapped in here. Maybe, if the park is safe enough that they can roam, as long as we don't have it that they can accidentally roam into the Ceratosaurus exhibit, because I don't know if he would eat them or not. But yeah, guys, with that, I just need to continue building out the foundation of this building here, as I fail miserably during live building. But yeah, I'm gonna figure this out, and then I gotta keep making a bunch of quartz. I gotta make a bunch more white concrete, probably some light gray concrete, a whole bunch more resources. And then yeah, I think it's probably time to get into another time lapse. Everybody's favorite music time lapse, right? Wouldn't be a Minecraft video without a dope time lapse. All right, folks, enjoy the music and let's get it. Alrighty, guys, step 1 is complete. I got a few almost done walls up and running, but I wanted to bring you guys in the building and kind of talk you through my process here. Now, like I said, this big door here is going to be connected to the monorail, so imagine that being kind of a throwaway, or, right here I'll just say monorail access or whatever. But this door and this door are going to be the main 2 doors with a huge staircase that I still got to build up to this deck. And my idea is this deck, it's going to be too wide, and it'll have railing. Probably just a normal fence, honestly. And then this will be a sweet view of the Stegosauruses and Dryos, once those get up and running. But yeah, as you kind of walk in here, my thought is that it kind of feels like an aquarium entryway. So I kind of do want to get a few actual fossils up here. Because I know there's actual fossils in the game, like on display, that you can put like in museums, and I think the research lab would definitely have 1 or 2. I do eventually down the line want to make a huge museum with a ton of fossils, but I think just to start, we can kind of fill in a few here, which would be really cool, as well as like a big welcome desk that kind of explains what's going on here, and can kind of. This is a research lab, but it's also kind of like the lookout building, right, for the Stegos and Dryos, as well as the Ceratosaurus. So I kind of want to mix those in. Now, in here, this might be the room that we do the automatic building, or not, sorry, the automatic machine with the create mod to automate our fossils, right, with the filters and putting in sand through the filters and automating that, or at least semi-automating that. That'll be really cool. And then I think right here and right here, we're going to do elevators, just bubble evaders or honey evaders or one of the Minecraft things. Actually, I think there's... Hold on, let's learn this together. Elevator. Elevator pulley. Well, I don't know what that is. Maybe there's an elevator in Crate Mod that I don't know of, but regardless, we can do the old-fashioned Minecraft elevator. But if I hop into Spectate just to get us up the elevators we don't have yet, you can see this room here is going to be the main laboratory room. So this is going to be where all of our villages are. It's also where I'm going to store stuff, fossils and DNAs. It's going to be where our vats are, and I guess some of our sifters. All the sifters are mainly going to be down that room down below. Now, there's this room right here. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I think having empty space for future science projects is good. Not sure what can go there. Maybe you guys can think about it and let me know. And then this is pretty much going to just be a hallway with a little bit of a look down balcony on the main observation deck. You can still, this is all going to be glass too, so still get a little bit of a view down at the bone bay. And I'm thinking this whole thing is going to be glass too. I might even knock out this bottom row here just so you have a clean view of what's going on down there. But that's just the base skeleton. I now need to kind of figure out a way to make it interesting, so it's just not a box, right? Get some more resources, like the quartz and the concrete. Luckily, it's automatic for us, but it does take a while. I kind of just have been AFKing watching a lot of TV shows. I've been catching up on Dragon Ball Z, which is kind of fun, but that is neither here nor there. Yeah, I think it's time to hop into another time lapse once again. I know they're shorter, but we're getting pieces done, so let's make some more progress. Alright, everybody, the exterior of the research lab is pretty much completed. Check it out, I also made one of those walk-through redwood tree entranceways, because the tree was in my way, and I was like, you know what, I don't want to get rid of it, so we've got that. But yeah, the windows are up, I still need to do the staircase and the elevator, so this place is definitely nowhere near completely complete. But a little fourth wall break is I'm actually going on vacation for a week, so I kind of need to get this out to you. It's also taken me forever to do this because of all the quartz. Anyone who's worked with quartz, even when it's automated in the Create workshop, everyone knows quartz takes absolutely forever, so it just is what it is. But yeah, come on up here through our makeshift staircase, and this right here is going to be the main spot. Now, I'm not 100% sure on what to do with the roof. I do kind of like that it is like open-ended. I kind of wanted the feeling that you were in a big warehouse, like it's all connected through the roof, and there's just fox walls. But part of me thinks I might raise the walls so that each room is contained, besides like this one. But I don't know. I'm speaking details here. But over here is the little research overlook, if you will. You can come up here and look down on the Ceratosaurus exhibit. And if we hop down here, here's the big glass room. That kind of gives me aquarium vibes, honestly. Like, you can just see a huge crowd of people right here looking out at the Ceratosaurus exhibit. Although reality is, people are probably going to come around here and take a look at the outside section. I made the angled roof, which I really like. Or, sorry, angled windows, which I think is pretty nifty. And then there's this here. Let me hop into spectator mode. There's this here. Now, I really wanted something, I wanted like a diagonal feature, and if I'm real with you guys, I don't love it, but I do like it. I do like how it turned out. I wanted to add some color, and when I think of technology and science, I've been playing a lot of Civilization, Civ 7 specifically, and science is blue in that game, mainly in Civ 6, really. We don't have to talk details and problems about Civ 7, but yes, blue screams research lab to me. So I wanted diagonal angles, and then it got a little weird here right when I hit the corner, and then I didn't want it to go down into the entryway. So there's moments where the building doesn't have it, and I didn't think it needed it on this side. So again, it's not perfect. I'm also realizing I should probably bash out these two dirts for more of the crazy white. Speaking of the white, I wanted to just go crazy. I wanted to grab a ton. So you can see I've got white concrete powder, I've got iron blocks, polished diorite, white wool, snow, and a few other diorite variants, cut diorite, polished diorite, stuff like that. So that was really cool. I do like how that turned out. It makes it kind of look like it's dirty, right? Like it's been out in the weather. Speaking of weather, right? But it's been out in the weather, and it's taken some time. And then the blue is what the people would come back and repaint, right? You'd repaint the blue to keep the colors. Now, down here in the monorail station, we've got the... Ooh, scary. Let's actually sleep this off. All right, there we go. Brand new, nice day. Okay. Now, the observation walkway here, or the monorail access platform, if you will. I don't really know what to call it. A little throwaway, right? I started to do this, and I was like, hey, that looks kind of cool. They're kind of like big chains or whatever. So I think they look like cool pillars, and I made it kind of open air, right? So you're not actually inside. You're just kind of self-contained, and, it protects you from the elements a little bit, but... yeah, I like that this little feature that I did. And then it concludes with the staircases that take you back down to the main path here. So yeah, pretty stoked on getting this done. The interior is going to take a very long time, and we are definitely not going to get it done in this episode, unfortunately. But yeah, we're going to get the villagers in there and get some cool things up and running in there, some, automatic fossils and all that, and that's going to have to wait for next episode, guys. But I did promise you guys in this episode that we would name our Ceratosaurus, and look, there he is, climbing up the mountain. I told you guys last episode, he loves just mountain climbing, which is a pain for me, because getting up here is not very easy with all of these temperate bushes slowing me down. But if we hop our way up here, I do believe he is probably fully grown now. Let's see. It's definitely been a few days. Yeah, he's 24, so he was what? He was 10 when I showed you guys last. That tells you how long I've actually spent building this building. It's been a lot of Minecraft days, which is 10 minutes for us in real life, right? But guys, let me load up some comments here. You guys gave some great comment names that I really liked. Some options were Pitt. Some options were Oathneil, which is named after the guy who actually discovered Ceratosaurus. And I thought about naming him Neil. I was like, Neil would be a kind of a cool name. You guys also recommended Karst, which is a good name. You recommended Goldie and Anubis, which were all really good names. But the comment I really like by Jonas Hamilton was talking about the Ceratosaurus in the Isle. And the Ceratosaurus in the Isle is kind of a bully, and I think that is going to be our name for our first guy here. If you guys don't play the Isle, I've got plenty of videos on it on this channel, but the Ceratosaurus is kind of do it's called chuffing, where they just go arf, 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 and they kind of sound like pit bulls. But I just didn't want to name them pit bulls, so I like the name Bully. So, bam, there we go. What up, Bully? Welcome to the park, although you've been here for 24 days. Welcome to having a name. And now, folks, for the remainder of the episode, I think real quick, I'm just going to take you guys on what I normally do off camera, but I think you guys might enjoy it. Basically, Zookeeper time. I need to run around every so often and check the food. You can see here the food here. The meat is only at 898. I like to keep it above 1,000. I like to keep it way high if possible, so I just don't have to worry about my dinosaurs running out of food. You can see this one's 1,200, and then the one over there is probably pretty full still, because he doesn't really travel in that area too often. I have seen him there once or twice. But what we got to do here is head on over to good old Chomper's exhibit. I really shouldn't call it exhibit. Chomper's poor little holding pen here. And grab some of the automatic chicken that I've got going, and then we'll run around and kind of say hi to all the different dinosaurs in the park real quick, feed them, and yeah, set them up and do a Zookeeper run. You know what I mean? All right, welcome to the loud chicken exhibit. What up, Chomper? How you doing, buddy? So if we reach in here, let me clean my inventory real quick. Alright, inventory is clean. So what I do here, guys, is you gotta reach in here and grab all these feathers. And with the feathers comes some cooked chicken. And now the cooked chicken kind of adds up pretty quickly. And so it's not that bad of a supply when it comes to feeding all the other dinosaurs. I am a little surprised I didn't get more, however. But yeah, you can see Chomper's up at 10,000 food, so he's doing great, besides his small enclosure. But oh my god, let's get out of here from these chickens. There's too many of them. God, I always feel like I'm screaming when I go in there with all those chickens. And honestly, I have so many feathers that we don't need these. So y'all can just despawn on the ground there. Thank you for your service. Also, look, one got away somehow, some way. I don't mind the chicken, but I don't like these turtles. Another one, get out of here. They're pests. They're absolutely everywhere. One of you in a previous episode did mention that I could look into doing a kill command, because I do have access to, right, spectator, creative, and all the modes or whatever. I might be able to do a kill command just to kill all turtles, and I'm kind of thinking that might have to be a thing I do. I'm always, like, I'm constantly killing them, but yeah, the lag on the server is getting a little bad, and I do think it has a little bit to do with my computer as well. My computer's been acting up weird, and I don't need to bore you guys with that, but I updated my drivers, and it just doesn't seem like I updated my drivers. Anyway, here's Coco. How's it going, Coco? How you doing? We might as well check the Dinopedia while we're here. Hey, come on down. Ugh. 385 days old. Wow, that must mean the Dilo, Venom, and our T-Rex Chomper are much, much older. But how much food you got in here? Oh, wow, 8,000. Yeah, she is set up. I actually think we're going to keep that and not even give her any more food, because one little Dimorphodon, yeah, 8,000 food is going to last quite a while. So you're good, Coco. Good to check in on you. Now let's head on over back to the Ceratosaurus exhibit, actually, and make sure that Bully has the food he needs. It is pretty cool to have just a giant wall right here, though. I like it. Gotta do some tidying up, right? That all comes with time and just me hanging out on the server, honestly. I do a lot of the building and detail work kind of with the camera off, right? And I just kind of hang out and stuff, and it's chilling. All right, Bully, we need to get you some food, so let's add maybe like 20 here. And actually, you know what? This is your main one. Let's get all. There you go. You can have all of that. Then this one's pretty low too, 800. So we'll add maybe 16. Let's do a little bit more than that. Let's do that. And then I'll walk over here to his water section. We got to do some parkour. Ooh. Parkour. Can I do it? Yeah. Oh, I messed up at the very end. But yeah, see, 1500. He doesn't frequent over here that much. So we will add probably just a little bit more like that. And I have been meaning to make myself a door, but we'll just go out the old-fashioned way. There we go. All right. And last but not least, we gotta visit Venom our Dilophosaurus. Now, Venom in here is one that I really want to come back and do a lot more work on this exhibit, but specifically I want to get a lot more Dilophosauruses up and running. How old are you? 228 days. Nice. And your food should be pretty good. I keep this guy topped off pretty frequently, actually. So we'll throw 10 in here, and then, yeah, just make sure to fill the other 2 as well. Now, as far as the future of this exhibit goes, because we did so much work on the waterway, get out of here, turtles, on the waterway that I built, right, the waterfall and the river or whatever, I'm thinking right here is another really good channel for a little creek to run by and then kind of exit there. It would give a little bit of a water feature in here. Now, obviously, this was our very first exhibit, and I just used limited resources that I had, so I could really come back here now that I've got much more bone meal, really, and I could just make these ferns go absolutely everywhere. But that's gonna take some time, right? But that is a goal, and I do really want to make the Dilophosaurus exhibit really stand out. You know, kind of change some trees and stuff like that. But I still think it's a good, just basic forest for what it is right now. You know, I also have a little bit of a pet peeve when it comes to Venom here and the mod. They made the Dilophosaurus's diurnal, which basically means that they live during the day and are awake during the day and sleep during night. And I really like the concept of Dilophosaurus as being kind of like the nocturnal hunters. So I wish they were actually roaming around at night and sleeping during the day. I think it would have been pretty cool to come through the park at night and actually have a few of the exhibits be kind of like awake and alive. And then, yeah, it's kind of boring during the day and they're sleeping, but that's just reality, right? Alrighty, folks, but that is going to have to be the episode. Like I said, I am taking off on vacation for about a week, so there will be a lull in videos on the channel, as well as it's been a little bit of a busy week for me this week, so I didn't get a whole lot of progress. I wanted to get the entire interior done, but as you saw with all the days spent leveling up or growing the Ceratosaurus, I have been working on this for about a week, and so the little bit of extra details like a pillar here and maybe pillars here to make this wall look better, all of that will come in time. And of course the interior we need to spend a whole episode on, but that will come in time. We will be doing villagers up in here to get hello, sir. Where did you come from? Oh, I'm actually out of arrows. What are the odds? Where did he come from? That could have been a creeper. I need to light that up. Ugh. We'll start with that. Anyway, folks, yeah. I'm just blabbling on. Videos to return next week. I hope you got, or maybe 2 weeks, right? Because it usually takes me about a week to make an episode. But yeah, we're gonna get back in here and make this look really cool in the interior. Let me know what you guys think about the building, some ideas, concepts, and all that stuff. I really appreciate you guys, and maybe think of another dinosaur to come soon. I'm thinking maybe we do the Dryo and Stegosaurus exhibit, because now that we can see, oh look, there's another creeper or something out over there. But yeah, maybe we do this massive exhibit next, since we do have the science building up and running, and so we can see down there. with all those creepers. Anyway, folks, yeah, I'm gonna let you get out of here. I'm just blabbling on and on and on. So let's end the episode here. It's a little bit of a shorter one, but I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And until next time, I've been your host, Jay, here on the Sauropod Squad channel. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Later.